Figured if I'm doing that, I could show you guys and it'd be a win-win. So there you go. All right, there's one. Also, when you're cutting foam, I always cut from the inside out, meaning the inside corner. Instead of trying to cut up to a corner, I always jab my knife down into the corner and pull away from it. And that way you get a lot more clean corners rather than trying to cut into a corner. That's always really difficult to do. Okay. 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 There's two of them. Got one more. Get rid of all this crap. So much excess foam. So one of the things that cosplayers in general always have, if you build with EVA foam, is like a ton of extra scrap EVA foam. So I should run a poll, like or a questionnaire or something. Of course, I don't know how to do it, but it's like if you have a lot of scrap EVA foam, what would you do with it? That's a good question for who's ever here. What would you do with all your scrap EVA foam? Because if you don't do something with it, it's going to end up in a landfill someplace, and we don't want that to happen because it's going to EVA foam is not eco-friendly. It's just going to sit there in the landfill forever. So what do you do with excess EVA foam? So I do have an idea, but it'd be fun to hear if you have an idea of what you can do with leftover pieces. See, like when I'm cutting this all up, I have all these little pieces of EVA foam, and it's like, what do you do with it? So, oh, look at that. There we go. Okay, we got enough for everything here. The other thing I'm going to have to do is probably put some reinforcement on this to hold these in place, because they're really thin, and that little amount of foam or glue on there will not hold these guys in place. That is not going to work. They will rip right off. So I'm going to have to put some reinforcements on those to hold them in place. But right now, I'm going to just make a little marky here. Making the mark so I know where to put the glue, so it doesn't, like, I don't have to glue the entire side of this. I know how far down to go. So here's my idea for the excess EVA foam. EVA foam is like a super good insulator. It's amazing insulator. That's why, like, if you're wearing a foam costume, you're gonna cook in it if it's hot out. And I have worn foam costumes, and I have cooked in them. So it's a great insulator. So I was thinking, what if I teamed up with a local company that made fabric or outdoor gear, and I was able to shred all my foam. And I'd have to get some kind of industrial big shredder, because you can't just, it won't, you can't use like a paper shredder or something. So you got to get something that's significant that you can shred it. And I don't even know what that kind of a shredder even looks like or what it would be. But if you had a shredder and you shredded the foam up into fairly tiny little chunks, and made blankets out of it. If you had a water, again, EVA foam doesn't soak up water. It's like, water runs off of it. So if you had a material that water could, either water repellent or it wouldn't soak up. You wouldn't want like cotton or something like that. You'd have to have some kind of material that the water would either run off of or not soak up it or whatever. And then if you made blankets out of EVA foam and this material, and then handed them out to homeless people, and they would have this incredibly lightweight, warm blanket that is basically free to homeless people. And, you know, that'd be, I'm thinking like you had a drive at a convention like Emerald City, and you have all the cosplayers from their EVA foams bring a bag of EVA foam and they get something for it. And then I team up with a local company that can make them into blankets. I don't know, I'm just thinking that would be a really cool, useful thing for excess EVA foam. What do you guys think? You think that would be a good thing? Would it work? I don't know. I'm thinking it would, but I don't know all the dynamics of what that would entail. All right, there's my little wings. Little wings.